Today's best music.
Magic 89.9.
What's going on, guys? For today's best music, Magic 89.9. My name is Ryan Rosella from the show One for the Road, and I am here with you guys for a very special interview. Now, here at Magic, we love to champion local artists, and I'm here with two artists who really rep the Philippines, not just in the country, but internationally as well. I feel like if we make a list of Filipino artists who have like international recognition, these guys would be up there. So I want to introduce to you guys Sol and Neeks from Manila Grey and one of the most talented guys in the country today, Mr. James Reid. What's going on, guys?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, Ryan?
Nicknames. I like that, man.
Yeah, I do my research, and I feel like when I do when I use the nicknames, it's more natural. So I feel like that's what's up.
Feel free, man. Feel free.
That's sick.
Yeah. So we have so much to talk about. Obviously, I want to do a deep dive into your music, but MG, it's your first time here at Magic, am I right?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Yes. All right. So if it's okay with you, James, I'll do them first. All right.
No, by all means, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So I want to know, like, how did Manila Grey start? I know you're Filipino Canadians, and the idea in my head is if you grow up in a country where the culture is different from the culture of your parents, the culture is different from your culture. The moment you meet another Filipino, you make him your best friend. Is that right, or did something else happen here?
Well, I think the Filipino community here in Richmond, where it's a smaller city beside Vancouver, there's a big Filipino community out here.
Mhm.
So, it's not immediate. You're gonna be best friends.
Right.
There's tons. There's a massive community, and but I think what drew us to just being homies is just the creative vibes. We've always been creative people since high school. And also sports. So it's small out here. The city's small. And so, you go to a ball game, you go to a party, you're bound to link up, and just depends if you hit it off or not, right? So
Yes,
but-
of course.
Two worlds collided, man.
Yeah.
That was it. And then we just started creating music from there.
Yeah, I think that's something that a lot of Filipinos here don't realize, that the Filipino experience for the ones who grew up here, it's very different from the Filipino Canadian experience or the Filipino American experience, or in James's case, the Filipino Australian experience. So I want to ask you guys, like, how did this affect you growing up, and then in turn, how did this affect your music?
I think it was like I was blessed enough to understand my life here and understand my life back home. Because every year we would go back home to Olongapo, and I would see the differences. Like back home in Olongapo, you'd wake up at they wake up at 6 a.m. Everybody's hustling. Everybody's your doors are open. And then here, the lifestyle's so different. It's very reserved. Doors are locked all the time. You know what I mean? And it was it was cool to see both sides and understand both sides. And
Yeah. And also I moved when I was 8, so I actually got to experience going to school there for a bit.
Yeah.
And it was wild, man, just trying to assimilate into a culture when you're an immigrant. It definitely teaches you a lot of lessons, teaches you how to just survive, man, and how to get along with people, how to move differently. And the immigrant experience out here in Vancouver is somewhat similar from person to, obviously everybody's different, but it's something that we can relate to. It's the hustle. It's the hustle. We barely saw our parents growing up because they're always hustling here. From a basement to now, obviously we got a crib, but came here with no furniture, no money, no nothing. And you got to just kind of
find your way, man.
Find your way, deal with the cards that you're dealt with. And that's that. And that affected the music that we try to keep it as authentic as possible when it comes to the Manila Grey songs. And just tell the story, man, because we just know that it doesn't matter if you're an immigrant in Australia or Canada or the States, right? There's a certain struggle for sure. And we just want the music to transcend that.
Yeah, awesome. And I think it does transcend that. You talk about the struggle, and I think struggling is something that a lot of people can relate to. We're talking about the immigrant experience, but it's not exclusive to the immigrant experience. And I feel like this is why, not just Filipinos and not just Canadians love your music. It's people from around the world. And I think everyone has gone through some sort of, trials and tribulations, especially now, lockdown times. And that's why I think people can relate to your music. Yeah. But I think, also subconsciously this happens. You're not trying to write about Filipinos. You're not trying to write about Canadians, but on a level, you write about what you know. And since what you know is what you grew up with, it comes across. And I feel like you guys do this, even if you probably don't know it, through anime. I don't know if you know, but anime is huge here in the Philippines. If you've never watched Dragon Ball or Naruto in Tagalog, man, it's a vibe. Like you need to check it out. It's a trip. So
Well, I grew up with Ghost Fighters, man, when I was out there.
okay.
In my early childhood.
Yeah. Ghost Fighter in Tagalog especially. I feel like you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, it's a trip.
It's a trip.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, you guys have songs, Blue Vegeta, Shinobi, and you think about hip hop like here and then anime here. So I'm just curious how you guys, bridge the gap between those two very different things and why you guys chose to do that.
Well, actually, here in the States, like a lot of hip hop artists actually love anime. It's tons. I think it's almost like a meme. Like
yes.
A lot of trap music. They use a lot of anime references. But definitely our vibe is a little bit different. It's definitely from we have a channel out here at YTV, and that's where we get all our anime and all our shows that we grew up with in our childhood, and it had a vibe like late night anime and all that stuff. And when you're from the same community, everyone can just kind of relate, and we started building it out. And we love the world building, man, for these animes. These animes have some crazy world concepts.
Not just that, like character development. All the little things, when it comes to like how they dress, what, like their little mannerisms, whatever it is, there's so many details in an anime, just with everything.
And the color schemes, like we take a lot of inspiration from colors, the text. They're just so creative, bro. And so we find a lot of inspiration through that.
Yeah, I think when you're not limited by having to do the special effects and stuff, you can do so much more with animation. And I think another thing that you guys probably relate to is the struggle. We talked about the struggle, and anime characters, especially in like shonen anime, when they're down and they're climbing their way to the top. I feel like this is something you guys can definitely relate to.
Oh yeah, we've had those moments for sure. Back against the wall, you know what I'm saying? And it's the fucking, the one teardrop in the flash.
Yes.
All the flashbacks.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like an inch close to death, and you still end up on top, right?
And you go Blue Vegeta,
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. That's the motto, bro.
Awesome. Hey, so your No Saints on Night Street is dropping real soon in 3 days, right? On the 26th.
Sure,
and I just want to ask, like, what can people expect from it?
I think just a bunch of energy, a bunch of real moments, real storytelling, and just a lot of fun with the gang, man. Like, I think No Saints on Night Street, it's basically everything that we experienced from the past 4 years of Manila Grey, and we really want to tell that story and tell the story of pre-Manila Grey. And I want people to listen to this tape literally from top to bottom. Don't skip songs. Listen to it from the first record all the way to the last, and enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Not a lot of people do that these days, but we encourage you because that's definitely how we designed it.
Yeah, and I think that's a smart way to do things. People when they're driving, it's very dangerous to like queue like 3 songs in a row. And when you have a record that you can just play from start to finish, it makes things a lot safer. But I want to know, like, you guys have No Saints loading, No Saints under palm shade. So what does No Saints mean?
No Saints is it's just been sort of like the mantra. We admit that not everyone's perfect, and I think most definitely growing up an immigrant and the culture, there's a lot of pressures. Yeah. And so we just wanted to keep it always, all the way 100, always authentic. Yeah. And we just felt that the No Saints is sort of like the perfect way to embody that, and to not be ashamed of being imperfect, and it's also the first tape, No Saints Under Palm Shade, is sort of the story of us going out there to the tropics. Mm-hmm. And when we out there, there's definitely no saints out there. So, we party till the morning, and so that's the kind of the trilogy. No Saints, and now it's No Saints on Night Street. So we talk about the stories out here and the vibe out here.
Right. I love how you always represent both cultures. First, you talked about here, and now you're talking about there. But now I want to talk about your collaboration. It's called Backhouse Ballin. We love it at the station. We're playing it all the time. But I want to know, how did this happen? Who slid into whose DMs first? Was it like you to James, or what?
We'll let James tell the story on this one.
Yeah, it was nothing like that. It was more, the first time we hung out. They came out for a gig. I think it was 2018.
Bro, I think, yeah, 2018. 2018. Yeah.
Yeah, 2018. And yeah, there was no talks of like collaborations. It was really just like, hanging out, went there to enjoy the show, just being real. And it came back for another performance, and we went backstage, and they just played a track that they had made.
Mhm.
And I think this was 2019.
Yeah,
2019. And they just played this track, and then there was no like, yo, we want you to be on this track. They just played it and listened to it, and it's like, yo, and I really wanted to be on it. They're like, yo, let's make this happen. It was pretty lit backstage. We evidently broke the couch. There was a lot of Hennessy and apple juice. By the way, that's their it's in their tech write-up. There's no Hennessy and apple juice. Manila Grey is not performing that night if there's no Hennessy and apple juice. But yeah, it was pretty lit. It did take a while for me to get the track together. I had help from Messiah, one of the Careless artists, who's also there, and he helped me write this track, my verse for the track. And yeah, it was just good vibes, like the meaning of the song, just Backhouse with the fam, with the crew, just good music and chill vibes. And yeah, it was a perfect collaboration.
Yeah,
it just felt right,
Right. I love how it started from having fun. And I think that's when people really connect to something, is if it's organic. And I think that's exactly what happened. You guys were having fun at the start, and then the song comes. But I want to know, was it hard? You guys are working with each other from across the globe, like opposite ends. So were there challenges when it came to this, or did technology make this really easy?
Oh, technology definitely made it super easy. Like it was like, you have like Google Drive now, you have email, you can send everything through there,
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what like COVID taught us. Like, you really don't need to leave your crib.
Yeah.
You can do everything.
But we do prefer like in person.
Of course.
Out, for sure. But, the technology really alleviated a lot of weight. And the project just kind of went smoothly just because of that.
Oh, all right. I love to hear that it went smoothly, but I want to ask about the music video. I mean, if this was a little bit easier, I'm sure that music video was it a little bit harder? How did this happen? Was it James on a green screen, or like what? Did you direct him through Zoom? Tell me about it.
It was exactly that. Setting up a green screen at my crib, just like green sheet. I'm not sure like on there, because they came up with the concept.
Yeah.
How we were going to do this. Originally it was like a green screen, then enter another room, which would be shot at my place. But I don't know, it was pretty crazy. But yeah, we shot basically the thing on green screen, and then sent it over, and they added in all the crazy effects. And yeah, it looks seamless. Like you'd think it was all shot.
Right.
We shot it all together.
Yeah,
it was mad cool.
Yeah, and if you didn't see it, I feel like you'd think that you shot it at the same place. But I want to know, like, from all of you, what was your favorite part about the music video?
Oh man, there's a lot of standouts for sure.
Yeah,
we have a lot of favorite parts. We have a lot
I
of
think
favorite
the colors.
Parts.
I love the colors.
Yeah, the colors. Sure. Yeah, the colors, the vibe, the sound design. Yeah, and just like, I guess internally, just how the team pushed to make this project come to life. It takes two, right? It takes two to tango. And we had an amazing team out there in the fields, James and the boys, and then we got our team back here. So it was just like almost like a testament to like what we can create, and in like the worst circumstances too. So yeah, it was just like we just proved ourselves. The teams kind of just proved ourselves, and that was super fulfilling for us as artists. just to be able to do that, especially in the current times.
Right. You know, it's like anime, man. From the rubble comes greatness, right?
100%. Yeah. No, you get
Good question. How did you get the like the voice at the beginning and at the end of the music video?
Oh, the voice.
Yeah, like the Japanese.
Oh yeah. That was we hired somebody to say those words for us. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a Japanese person.
Really cool. Like,
Was that?
Like a Japanese person. You had like an actual.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we had a vibe. We definitely like had a vision for it, and we wanted to get someone for sure that's Japanese.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was wondering maybe it was soul. You know, you just tweaked
Just me pitched up.
Yeah, and pitched it up.
Yeah.
Like, it added a lot of production value.
Hey, but I want to know from James more sonically about the song. How did you feel when you heard the song for the first time? I mean, like just the song, not thinking about how you guys made it. What was your first impression of the song itself?
Well, I told you, man, we broke the couch.
Yeah.
So you can imagine like the energy in the room that day when we heard the track. You know, it was right after they performed, so we're already pretty hyped. And yeah, it felt right. Like there was no question about it. It was like, okay, this is happening.
Yeah, you know, I think it's like a match made in heaven, honestly, because this song, it's for me, it's a lot closer to your sound now. You know, the funkier, more soul inspired stuff. So I just want to know, like, how did you find the sound in the first place? Like your soda sound. Like I feel like I'm gonna call it for now. The soda sound. How did you find it? Did you just go, oh, hey, Mr. Producer, I want to be more funky, more soulful, or did it happen more organically?
It happened slowly over time. Like when I did like Healing and Soul Love, and I was really experimenting with, you know, with different sounds, and it's kind of going, you know, to sounds that I really liked before when I was younger, heavily influenced by Daft Punk.
Yeah.
Which was kind of devastating when I found
when
out
they broke up, obviously.
Yeah,
right.
Like a month after I released it, that they were splitting up, and that's really where I was getting a lot of my inspiration. And I was just like, wow, that's crazy. And yeah, that's kind of been setting the tone for where I'm heading with my music.
Awesome. Yeah, you know, I think the production definitely needs a shout out. I love how you used the opening of a can, like that sound, as almost like a crash cymbal. I thought that was really clever.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, so I want to know, like,
it was an actual sound.
Oh, it wasn't actual. It wasn't. You didn't download it from the internet. You actually put a mic to a soda can.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
As kind of like a symbol or something. Like
yeah. Okay, so what's the plan with this song? Is it just a single? Is there an album coming out, or are you not allowed to say yet?
Let's just say that there's more content.
Okay.
Like,
I feel like there's 5 people looking at you, telling you like, "Don't say this. Don't. Not yet. Not yet."
Not even like a month. Okay, I can't say. Sorry.
Can't say. Okay, all right.
Not yet.
I tried. I tried my best. Hey, but I want to know, you know, obviously Palm Dreams was something that was years in the making. You know, you even talked about how some of these songs you wrote on like Otwal and stuff like that. So can you tell me about your growth as an artist from that first album? Not your first album, but from that album to this new Soda sound?
I think a lot of the growth has been in the writing and just in the organic feel of the music. If you go back to, you know, what I was writing about, you know, in those times, like I was really young, but as time has gone on and as I've like, you know, just grown as a person,
just matured as a songwriter as well.
I write about my experiences and more importantly, like the inward experiences that I have, especially coming out of 2020. Like, we can't go out, so like may as well go in, and my writing's become a lot more introspective.
Yeah. And I think it comes through in your music. But honestly, when I heard Bomb Dreams for the first time, I think the first thing you released was Cool Down. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, wow, James Reid is finally making music that I feel like it sounds like he wants to make this. Like you used to you were doing pop songs, covers, but you always heard that R&B flair. Like honestly, to me, like no matter what genre you were doing, even now with the more funky stuff, it's still an R&B sort of style to it. So I want you to talk me through this, transition from doing the pop, doing the cover stuff to starting your own label, having more control of your music. What was that like for you?
It was really that I just wanted creative control of my music. I was having a great time, getting into music, and then what was missing was like just the creative aspect. Taking something that's inside of me and putting it outside.
Yeah.
And with the management I was with at the time, I wanted to make my own music, and they were like, "Nah, it's gotta be marketable." And
yeah, it's gotta be super pop. It's gotta sell to everyone.
Yeah, he said we need to have that smash hit, and I was like, okay, you know what? You give me the smash hit, and then let me do what I want with the rest of the album.
All right, yeah.
And then they agreed, so I made it just how I wanted, and I played it for them, and then what was it? Cool Down. They were like, "This is the single. This is the hit." And it's like, thank you. Like that's really all I wanted, was to be able to make music that I believed in. And eventually I was able to go independent, working with like an amazing team of creatives and artists. And that's really why it exists, because I just want the artists to have control of their own music.
As they should. I've been
through it, on the other side, so I know what it's like. So I just want to create that same opportunity for the artists that I can work with.
Yeah, I think that's so admirable. That's such a it's something that you struggled with, and you want to help other people, right? I mean, that's something that I feel like a lot of people should try to emulate. You see something wrong with society, with what's happening, you try to change it, right?
Yeah, exactly. That was one of the things. Like I felt like I was in a position where I could make a difference, and if I didn't do anything about it, then what am I doing? So,
all right. So I mean, and I feel like this is something, hearing the songs you make, it's something that I feel like you're always born to do. So I want to know, like, did you always grow up wanting to be a musician? Were you like the 5-year-old kid and your parents went, "Oh, your Tito Boy is here, you sing for him naman, no?" Or no? Or
my mom was an amazing singer. Unfortunately, my parents split up when I was really young.
Yeah. But
my mom was a great singer, and I think that's where I get it. And I used to play a lot of guitar, and I started singing actually when I was younger. My dad's gonna hate me for telling this story, by the way. But I started singing while I was playing guitar, and he's like, "Well, you didn't get your mother's voice." So from that point on, I didn't sing anymore.
Oh my God.
You ask him, he'll be like, "No, I never said that." But I don't think he really meant that. He's really proud of what I've come to. But I have to admit that messed me up a little bit. So
yeah, I'm sure it would. Like as a kid doing that.
Yeah, but it wasn't until like I was older and I was really chasing music that I realized like, damn, I really want to like write songs. I really want to explore sound.
Awesome. And then I feel like that's a good inspirational tale. Also, if someone told James Reid that he couldn't sing, like anyone can sing, you keep getting better at it. And honestly, maybe your dad is right at the start. Maybe your voice wasn't that good yet, but you got better, you improved, and now honestly, like your music is amazing, man.
Thank you.
All right, so I have a last couple of questions for all of you now. So I'd like all of you to answer. So let's pretend like we're in high school and we'll fill in the blanks. Okay, you can answer as many times as you want, but the question is, I want people to blank to my music.
To blank to my music.
Okay. I want people to dance to my music.
I want people to party responsibly.
Oh, I gotta go. I want people to TikTok to my music.
We don't condone risky behavior.
Careless.
We love the visuals.
No breaking couches here.
No
condone breaking couches, right?
I want people to act careless to my music. Good one.
What else? James, you go. You go.
Yeah, what about you, James? I want people to blank to my music.
I want people to, I guess, learn from my music. For me, like with my music, the sound I make is really different. But if you really want to get to know me, you just have to listen to the lyrics.
Right.
Your answer was so much longer than ours, man.
Like his answer was so deep.
You gave me time to think.
That's why he didn't answer, man. Like, while you guys are saying all the fun stuff. All right. Awesome. Hey, so last thing I want to ask from you guys, I want to ask you to tell our listeners what's next for Manila Grey, what's next for James Reid, what can we expect from you guys?
What's next for Manila Grey? No Saints on Night Street coming out March 26th. It's going to be amazing. Super excited for it. The whole team works super hard. Shout out to all the boys. We're just super excited to get this music out and get you guys to finally listen to it.
Yep.
What about you, James?
I just want to, say thank you to everyone that's been pushing Backhouse Ballin. I'm super happy to be part of this track, and for everything it stands for. Actually, I want to tell you, just the other day, someone walked up to me and actually thanked me, and indirectly to you guys, for what we're doing for the culture and for OPM. I honestly didn't know what to say. It was the first time someone thanked me for a song that I was part of. So yeah, it was really heartwarming, and
that's awesome, bro.
Yeah, and so I just want to say thank you to everyone that's been supporting this. But also, there's a lot of things coming up. There's going to be more collaborations for sure, right. And we have on Careless side, we've got a new artist coming out on Friday, and we have Nadine's concert coming out in March, and in May. Nadine's concert coming out in May, which is going to be a one-of-a-kind experience. I swear you've never seen anything like this. And more music from Messiah, an album coming out, and also our artist Luca coming up real soon. Yeah, so stay tuned. There's a lot of music coming out.
All right. Yeah, thank you so much. And I really relate to that one guy who told you that, told you thank you for making music. And I want to say this to both of you. If you check the comment section of your YouTube videos, honestly, people are saying that, your music means so much to them and it's doing so much to further, the Filipino music scene. And I think that's something we really need. It's time to show the Philippines to the world. I think that's really great. All right. So again, his name is James Reid. They are Manila Grey. My name is Ryan Rosella, and we are today's best music, Magic 89.9.